2 days ago, I uploaded a video about something to do with woke, not even woke culture. It was not directed to woke culture in any way, shape, or form. It was meant to critique ideology versus identity, and I got a lot of shtick for that. I got a lot of shtick for mm, like me just saying my opinions, not my opinions, but me like stating the facts, right? Basically, the point of that, I was reacting to a video, like a TikTok video that I found, and that guy was talking about how, like, let's like when your identity becomes your ideology, right? He was talking about how, like, when you refuse to take in criticism, right? And when you've now had that mask, that identity become your ideology, you tend to see the other person who's trying to give his own argument as the enemy, right? And you cannot function without those people in that bubble that you're in. And so in that regard, you are now just your you just in that now in that regard, you regard those people who are trying to give their own argument. They are like, so to say, their version of the truth, like you see them as the enemy, right? So I'm like, so that video gave me so that video, like, made me wonder, like made me to ponder, like, that is low key what is going on in the modern world right now. Like, I'm experiencing I am experiencing it at the moment, and I thought, you know what? Let me let me do it. Let me let me research on it, and then let me create a conclusive something that is conclusive, something that is heavy, something that my audience will think is right, is awesome, right? And that is what I did, and then I created it, and I had this idea of putting like Matt Walsh's video of where he was debating against a trans person. If you do not know what a trans person is, it's basically uh, what, like, someone who's transitioning from one gender to the other, I believe. Or you can go and Google it out, right? So that's basically what they were trying to do. Boom, I do that. I do all that kind of stuff, and I put it on YouTube. And to my surprise, it has not done badly. I mean, to my standards, I guess that's what a channel with maybe 1,000 subscribers gets. So I'm like, okay, cool, man. And then now the comments come in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, damn. Even the like to dislike ratio. Let me just check out the like to dislike ratio. It has like uh 13 likes and 10 dislikes. Imagine, man. So let's now read out the comments, right? Uh, One said, why would you make a video about this when you likely don't have any lived experience on this? The US has one of the largest trans populations in the world, and that's only 8% of the population. So even the vast majority of Americans don't have any real experience or exposure to trans people. We're fighting fascism, and disagreement about identity in a state slipping into fascism is a real threat to people's lives. It's not just a disagreement rooted in the internalization of identity as ideology. Actual violence is happening, right? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, how I never in any way, shape, or form, like, critiqued anyone. I was just giving an example of what uh, happens when you critique a certain side, and then they don't take it in like in the right way in any way, shape, or form, or even in any sense. They don't even say anything. Like, when maybe you want, like, let's say for example, some of you in the comments may say, you know what, this kid is a thief. Of course, I know that I'm not a thief, so I'm not gonna go out there and start, like, because I know I'm not a thief. I'm not gonna go there and say, oh, there are people are hitting on me, all that kind of stuff. No, because I know the truth that I am not a thief or any like that kind of stuff. I don't know if my logic is making sense, but that's what is coming to mind right now, right? So with that said, like I just saw that, then I responded to the video by saying, I mean the video, the that comment got like 8 likes, like 8 upvotes. Then I said, you know what, I'm sorry if you feel, and like, but I just then I went on to air out my opinion. It's yeah, so that's why I did. I said, you know what, but I knew, like, even before uploading that video, I knew that it's gonna get a lot of shtick. It's not gonna resonate with people as like directly, because I when creating that video, I said that I want it to be very high intelligible. I'm not saying that in not people who are watching the videos are stupid, no, but I really wanted it to be like it's nuanced, to be like intellectually there, right? When you hear, I'm like, yo, I'm doing something right, and it seems like I did, right? So another another guy who gave me his props, he said that I respect your handling of such a difficult topic to discuss. You framed it solely along ideological versus identity. I've even tried to explain what George Carlin, that is the video that I found on my TikTok. Then I decided to like do a video on it. Was talking to people, and they sit so far in the bubble, they didn't realize this phenomenon does not only affect the people they disagree with. Then he challenges me to like now like do a video on Matt Walsh, on his like you know on his takes and all that kind of stuff, and which I said I will hopefully do in the coming days or weeks, when I get the proper time, because it's something that you have to analyze to go in depth. Or if any one of you wanna do that, you can do it. I mean, you can like help me with it, right? Yeah, so that's basically it. So me personally, I just like with all the critiques that I've seen, I'll really like say that one person told me that I could have like said a disclaimer on, like, like I'm not like offending anyone, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, fair play, but like, was it really valid that I say that, like, putting a disclaimer on the start of the video? I think not. I feel like people finished the video, maybe they could have come away with a different like judgment on me, or on what I was trying to say, because there was this, excuse me, there's this guy say that I don't want to watch the whole video and give you too much more time, but it looks like you have a half a point. When a person's life relies on it's long as hell, then you can go and just check it out on my video. It's there, man. But it goes on to say that, but it's miserable to see you give trans people as an example of group narcissism when there are much worse and more narcissistic and actively harmful groups operating. And it's not factual or logical that you appear to have used a stand-up comedy clip as evidence for your criticism. Brother, I was using I was using Matt Walsh's video, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Walsh, that's, I don't know how, and how it was an example. In any way, shape, or form, had I even used another like person, or even used like uh, videos from sectarianism, from sects, right? From like religious sects, it could have been the same. The nuance would have still been the same, and I'm pretty sure the people, still the same people, are gonna come at my neck. So it didn't. Personally, to me, I don't find it making sense. I like this guy's comment when he said he's called at Mexican avocados. Oh my gosh, it took me like 10 minutes to realize that you are anti-woke. I never said that. For Jesus Christ. Instead of defending woke people, LMAO, all your points, I was thinking you were talking about anti-woke people being in a bubble and stuff. My FYP is usually very woke, and so I'm being, and so I am. I guess reached I have reached that my targeted audience to that person. Your video does seem to be in good faith. The only problem is that there are plenty of people that think the same way as you, minus the being nice and accepting parts which you only mention at the end. Marginalized groups are claiming victimhood because they're living in an echo chamber or straight up liars. This reminds me a lot of misogyny. I hope you're not. I'm not misogynistic at all. Yeah, I'm not misogynistic at all. I'd like to think I'm not. I cannot. If you meet me in person, then you'll have to tell me if I'm that kind of person or no. I can't say that. Then you meet me in person, then do. So I'd like to think I'm not, and the people around me, I like to think that they don't think that I am. I'm using this example because I have experience with this where men will tell women that they experience. I never. Yeah, where the experience aren't real, or that they are being sensitive and exaggerating any harm and discrimination they face. Women are seen as emotional and fragile, and it seems LGBTQ people are facing the same fate. A marginalized group is treated as bro. It's long, and also the video is implying that you like most transphobic people don't have a good grasp on the nature of gender. Please do some research or explain to me why the view I'm assuming you have is right. I'm defending gold. Me, I never talked about uh all that kind of stuff. The gender, transphobia, nah. Me, I was not there. I tell you, and again, as I said, I'm for Jesus, only for Jesus, man. And I'm not anti anyone. As Jesus loved everyone and anyone, I love everyone. I'm not here to bash. You can believe whatever you want. You can believe in rocks. You can believe in the sea. That is on you. But yeah, man. Yeah, but he was a very interesting because he was this person had a very interesting take because it challenged me to go a bit more deeper in my research, in which I really much respected. I also like give them like I responded to their reply, and then they told me to be more nuanced and all that kind of stuff, and also some guys that were on my back, which was good. I really liked the back and forth. I really appreciated that, and hopefully you guys can do the same with my other videos. You also should go even and check out my latest video, the cost of becoming. I think it's very personal to me. It's very personal to me, so y'all go check it out and tell me what you think about that, because it's not easy telling your personal stuff online, but I have tried to do that, right? I don't know. I'm gonna end it here. If I'm sorry for not. I'm sorry for not putting in the what's it called, man. That's how I am. Like uh, trying to get a grasp of what I'm gonna say, like the words, like behind the scenes. Yeah. So sorry for about the comments. Yeah, that's basically what I really wanted to say. I've been itching to try and like stream, and maybe I've not gotten the time, but I'll be trying to do it in at night. Here tonight in Kenya, it's like what? It's literally like the next day right now. It's like 1:28 a.m. I'm in the US. I checked. It's like evening time. Sometimes some of you are getting out of work right now, and some of you are getting into work. Yeah, so shout out, man. So I appreciate it that we go to 1,000 subscribe, 1,120 something. Let's go pushing. I'm really fighting to get to 100K by the end of the year. Yeah, man, I believe I can. So let's make that a reality. If you enjoyed the stream talking like this, yeah, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one when I have a proper like thing to tell you guys. Like I'm gonna share with you guys like some dope stuff, and hopefully in the coming days when the money is up, we can even be live streaming the streets of Kenya, like to just do some mad stuff, man. I feel like I can be a very good streamer. I think I'm a good talker and I'm very entertaining. You have not seen my other side. Some of you, if you are a day one, then you then know that I have done some mad things in the day. Like I was a very good entertainer. I was reacting to videos actually, but I feel that that was not like me. I was trying to fake it, begging it, like being KSI, even though KSI is my like inspiration when it comes to content creation, but I will not be like him. I want to follow my own path, and I feel like what I'm doing right now is what I was meant to do ever since high school when I was a very analytical. Like when it comes to stuff, I'm really analytical. I want to know the whys, the ifs, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I do what I do, and I love it so much. And sometimes when I see things are not cooking, I'm like, well, one man. But yeah, and some of you may also be wondering why I had like a plethora of videos. Then they suddenly went somewhere like like the what's the word, man? Like I don't have any more videos again. Like no, like the numbers of my videos have reduced. It's because I felt like what I was doing was a bit redundant, and also I felt like he's not speaking to me like as a creator. So I thought let me unlist them, but you can find most of the videos, especially the long form videos, like in a playlist. So yeah, that's clarifying that, and there's nothing basic. Oh yeah, and also there's a time that I am actually very disappointed in you guys because there's a time I tried what's it called like hooking up my business on one of my videos. Then y'all guys, none of y'all even tried to say hi, even scan the QR code, and even you know maybe you're not interested. But yeah, I tried a business thing. Even like I posted a short, and you all thought it was a skit. It was not a skit. It was actually real, man. I'm really good into making posters and all kind of stuff. So I don't know. You can check out my Instagram if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, cheers, man. Appreciate the ones I've yo who've watched, and peace.